Delta Farmers Advocating Resource Management, or FARM, is an association of growers and landowners in the Yazoo River, Mississippi Delta region of northwest Mississippi. The group strives to implement agricultural practices which will conserve, restore, and enhance the environment. Farms in this region represent 80% of the production row crop agriculture in the state, and it is one of the top 10 watersheds known to have contributed to hypoxia in the Gulf. Delta Farm was started by landowners who saw a need to become better stewards of the land and water.
In the mid-90s, a small group of Delta farmers and landowners began discussing the need to be more active in the environment. There were really two reasons for that. One was it was the right thing to do. And then the other reason was that as time passed and regulating agencies became more active in regulating the environment, that we would be able to sit down at the table with these folks when it came time to make our rules concerning our environment.
Joining Delta Farm is on a volunteer basis and is free to any landowner, farm operator, or land manager. Members are encouraged to improve their overall environmental stewardship by utilizing the recognized best management practices advocated by the organization.
The main purpose of Delta Farm is to point out the things that we were doing and also show us some areas that we were deficient and we needed to improve. And we've tried to make these improvements. And I think by doing this, I know our farm has been more environmentally friendly, and I think it's been more profitable because of some of these practices that we've established.
The Delta Farm Program Protocol was developed by a group of natural resource and regulatory professionals from state, federal, and private agencies. To help landowners implement these conservation practices, numerous educational programs and technical assistance services are provided to its members. Site visits can also be requested by members to help develop plans to address environmental concerns specific to their farming operation. To those who do their part to conserve, awards and recognition are given. Delta Farm has also undertaken large comprehensive watershed restoration projects. Bee Lake is a 1,400-acre oxbow lake in Mississippi that was identified as an impaired water body by the EPA. Delta Farm partnered to address the pollution concerns, and after a 3-year program, sedimentation was reduced by 67%, according to monitoring data. To date, 1,219,000 acres of land have been enrolled in Delta Farms Association.
We were looking at maybe 100,000 acres or 200,000 acres, and that bar kept getting raised. The idea that in 10 years we've enrolled 1 million acres, you're talking about a majority of all the key farmers there in the Delta.
There aren't other organizations that I'm aware of like Delta Farm. We need them in every major river basin that feeds into the Mississippi River, and we just need them in general around the country, again, to reduce the volume of chemicals and sediments leaving our farms and going into our major water bodies.
What Delta Farm is doing is getting out and getting on the ground and getting these practices installed voluntarily. And just think of the huge conservation effort that this organization is making for the good of Americans as a whole.
We need to get the other states around the Gulf involved in what's going on up here, be aware of what's going on, and then transfer that technology to them, then begin moving it up the Midwest and into the Farm Belt.
And we figured out that, we had to be good stewards to make sure that for our children's sake that we had something that we could pass on down through the years and future generations.
Congratulations to Delta Farmers Advocating Resource Management, the first place winner of the 2009 Gulf Guardian Award in the Civic Nonprofit category.